Hello, and welcome to another episode of Sentimental Sensations. I'm your host, as always, George, and this podcast, as you might already know, is dedicated to talking about the importance and significance of music in our day and age. So, uh, I've got a guest today who has previously been on an early episode of my channel. Hello, Sharon. Welcome.
Thank you, George. Lovely to be on your podcast once again on this lovely
Yeah,
Monday night.
yeah.
Well, we're in lockdown, so but
Yeah,
great to be here.
unfortunately. So make the most of it, I guess. Yeah, good to have you
Yep.
back on again after the previous episode. Talk about Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
Always good.
Yeah, that was exciting, but yeah, it's great to talk about sort of music, but also the of course tonight we're talking about music shows. So
Yeah, so tonight's topic is music TV shows. So um, I guess we might as well start at the very beginning. We might as well start with MTV because where would a lot of the shows be today without MTV? So
yep,
maybe I'll start by.
yep,
I've got a few articles here from a magazine I was reading, and I'll give you the first top 10 songs featured on MTV.
yep.
So
Go
going
ahead.
from first to last, we've got the video killed the radio star by the Bangles or the Buggles,
Yep.
which is kind of ironic. Then you got
Mhm.
You Better Run by Pat Benatar. She
Yep.
Won't Dance With Me by Rod Stewart. You Better You Bet by The Who.
Yep.
Little Susie on the Up by PhD. We Don't Talk Anymore by Cliff Richard.
Mm.
Brass in Pockets by Pretenders.
Yep.
Time Heals by Todd Rundgren, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm not too sure.
Yep. Sounds
Take
Icelandic.
Take It on the Run by Rio Speedwagon, and then the 10th one is Rocking the Paradise by Styx, I think it is Styx. I don't know how you pronounce
Sticks.
that, but
Yeah,
Styx,
sticks.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, the only song I think it's the same band who do Mr. Roboto. Como Arigato, Mr. Lobato. That's the only song
Yep.
of theirs, I know.
Yeah, also know a couple from that, but yeah, definitely way too early for my
Yeah,
ears to listen to
I
music. So
recognize the artist, but barely any of the songs apart from like obviously Video Killed the Radio Star. That's a pretty classic
yeah,
one, but kind of ironic that that would be the very first song they ever played. It's like, hey
yeah,
guys, we've started making, music videos and we've got a channel now, and apparently video is going to kill the radio star, according to the Buggles.
yeah,
But they
yeah,
hasn't done, I don't think, as far as I'm aware. So, but
yeah,
interesting song choice regardless.
yeah. I think it's also an interesting point too that it's still people still listen to radios. See the evolution. From it's being podcasts and Spotify and also trying to remember trying to remember MP3s and
Ah,
just
yeah,
yeah it's and I think to your point about MTV, it's actually in that early 1980s period. That was actually a period of where in the United States especially was the whole form of entertainment. This is um, well before uh, well before streaming television or streaming
yeah, yeah,
services. But it was a concept called pay television. So that was like a form of entertainment where you
yeah, true.
pay for channels and you got like your CNN, your ESPN, your sport and CNN for news and MTV being the music music
Music
section. So
channel, yeah,
yeah, music channel. So yeah, that's a reason why for the creation. You look at where it's at now, and then came a decade later, and then they brought it to Australia,
yeah,
also known as Foxtel. So yeah, if you had to
yeah.
go, so if you had to go where it all started, it was thanks to the creation of pay television in the United States.
Yeah, true, very true, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I presume that MTV would have been a big player in kind of, I guess, broadening out, yeah, I guess, radio stars to a more like
Yeah,
wider audience, I guess, because I presume before then you would have only heard music on the radio, but now not only can you kind of see music on your TV, but you get like a video to go with it as
yeah,
well, which is kind of cool. It's like a whole
yeah,
new experience, way
yeah,
to experience music.
yeah. Just a great way of complementing it. So,
Definitely.
which which is it became the link of you'd see with music shows, although obviously there's
Mm.
only so few these days because of course you see with YouTube what
Yeah, true. That's
people
kind of everyone's go-to now, really.
yeah to go to. So yeah, it's like where you have your accounts on YouTube and you can go through the back catalogs and see the amount of views.
Yeah.
It's remarkable. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like MTV, I mean, I guess now has kind of been a bit ridiculed with a lot of, because you got a lot of programs on there that I don't want to talk badly about MTV, but I feel like a lot of their shows are pretty trash that they have on there.
yeah. Trailer Park Crash with all the whole reality TV. It's like
Yeah,
why sort of
they could have just stuck with music, that they had to, branch out.
branch out. Yeah, and it's just they've pretty much shot themselves in the foot with their credibility
Yeah,
of
I reckon, yeah,
their heritage. So yeah, it's just
definitely, yeah.
a real shame. So
Yeah, I think back in the day they probably had a lot more, they were a lot more respectable than they are now.
definitely, definitely. It's I think you see, just unfortunately the whole peak of reality, also the whole popularity of reality TV is that it's cheap to make, as opposed to get music videos. Yeah, sometimes it's just all the same, but
Yeah, true, yeah. I suppose especially in the early days when you only have the limited selection of songs as well to
yeah.
choose from.
Hmm.
But I think we got to account for some of the pretty significant music videos that have been. I mean, the one that comes to mind for me is "I Want to Break Free" by uh,
Queen.
Queen. Yeah, of course. I don't know
Yeah,
why it eluded me for so long.
yeah,
I think that was. I think everyone kind of that was quite a significant music video because it, obviously had the guys all dressed up as women saying, I want to break free from this, life of
yeah,
being a wife kind of thing.
yeah. Just,
And all the guys dressed up in drag.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's quite groundbreaking to have that being shown in the public. Sort of course, we all know all too well. What happened to Freddie Mercury. Becoming
Yeah,
homosexual and unfortunately his demise. So
yeah, for
prone
sure.
to it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, definitely.
yeah, it's always sad to to lose such an icon that
Oh, for sure.
way.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've lost so many over the last few years, like Bowie, George Michael, all the kind of great musicians of our time, unfortunately.
Prince.
Prince, yeah.
Yeah. Thank goodness with Prince it wasn't the same way that we saw in The Simpsons. Let's just put it that way. It's
I don't
just
think I've seen that episode.
don't. Yeah, probably let's not. Yeah, let's just leave it there. That's
We'll leave that audience to go and research and watch for themselves
yep,
rather than, but yeah. I got a couple of videos here or the five apparently. I don't know if they're the five
yep,
best, but five significant videos from MTV that were banned. So
yep.
you've got "Sad Eyes" by Enrique Iglesias. I never know how to say his name
Enrique
properly.
Iglesias. Yep.
Yeah, Smack My Bitch Up by Prodigy.
Yes,
Like
I
a
I was
Prayer.
going to say, I was going to point to because I am a massive, I'm a, I'm quite a big fan of the Prodigy. In fact, I
Mm.
actually did once own a copy of their album, The Fat of the Lamb, which
Ah,
is
yeah.
it was brilliant. But yeah, the reason why they actually banned, also put it late at night, um,
Yeah.
Smack My Bitch Up was because of sort of the whole well, the title of the song sounds like sort of sounds like sort of assault or sexual assault or
Yeah.
domestic violence.
Well,
So
it does actually have a little segment next to it that says the first person perspective view of a debunked night out in London contains scenes of drinking and driving, cocaine use, violence, vandalism, vomiting, and sex. It
oh,
is regulated to after midnight viewing on MTV,
yeah,
but this didn't exactly harm the Prodigy's success. At the VMAs of '98, the band was nominated for 4 awards and won 2, including Breakthrough Video. So
yeah,
apparently it worked to their advantage that it got canned in that sense. But I feel like
yeah,
it's always the way with those artists. When you ban a song, it just, makes the appeal of that song even more because, people have banned it. So
mm,
people are like, ooh, why? And they want to learn
oh,
about it and they want to go see the video, find out why it's banned.
yeah,
So it kind of almost it's like a good thing for the band, even though obviously,
yeah,
they're not allowed to like show it on mainstream TV
mm,
kind of thing.
yeah. The more
And
the
then,
yeah,
what were you going to say? Something else? Or
yeah. So I was going to say, yeah, it's the more the merrier. People want to know. People want to stand out
yeah.
from the rest. So
Well, exactly. Yeah, if you stand out from the crowd, people become intrigued by like, why did
mm,
that song get banned or whatever.
yeah,
But they also had "Like a Prayer" by Madonna, which apparently is arguably the most controversial music video of all time because it's the story of a black man wrongly accused of murdering a child, conflicted sex and religious, and was condemned by
mm,
Bactane, and was also which also sold Madonna's Pepsi ad Axe. But it
no,
won the MTV Viewers Choice Award for the 25th anniversary of MTV. Viewers voted it
yeah,
the most groundbreaking music video of all time.
yeah. Although successful, I actually um what's the video that says about top 10 musicians who hate their own songs, and
Yeah,
yeah, there's actually a point being made by Madonna that she she hates it because they keep playing it all the time, and she
yeah,
refuses to perform it unless she is paid
yeah.
10 or 20 million US dollars to perform it.
Every
So
time they play it, so
yeah, it's just like she sort of wants to forget it.
yeah, put it behind her, I guess. Yeah, it's fair
Yeah.
enough. I mean, she's a lot younger back then, I guess. And I mean, on
Mm.
the studio or the record producers had any say in making that video. It just came out the way it did for whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. It's just yeah, but I guess sometimes you can't always be nice. You got to be a bit controversial to
yeah. Well, I
get
mean,
things your
sometimes
way.
that's the only way to change society, I guess, is put it out there and hope
Yeah.
people take notice of it. And most of the time they do, and then it gets banned, and then becomes even more intriguing.
Yeah. Yeah. Just makes
They
it.
also, huh?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So I was going to say, yeah. What were the other songs on that list?
There's also "Girls, Girls, Girls" by Motley Crue, which was had raunchy sex, motorbikes, alcohol, that kind of thing, and then Duran's Girls on Film, which was basically portrayed as a soft porno because it had pole dancing, pillow fights, mud wrestling, that kind of thing. So yeah,
Yeah.
and
I must.
apparently there's even a 6 minute uncensored version as well. So yeah.
Yeah, just make sure you don't watch it in the public eye. That's
I
but yeah,
suppose that's
yeah,
the way to go.
yeah, I'm not surprised by the by see how far they could stretch it, especially when you got the 80s. You know, that's always a
Yeah.
has been.
Well, that was 81, I think, when that came out. So it's kind of just the start of the era.
Yeah,
Whereas Girls was 87, Like a Prayer was 89, and then Smack My Bitch Up was 97. So
mm,
followed by Enrique Iglesias' song in 2000. So yeah, which with that one, I think it was just he picks up prostitutes, calling chat lines, qualities of masturbation, having sex in the bathtub, that kind of
oh my god, wow, jeez,
thing.
that's taking to another. That's taking to a whole another level. No,
Yeah.
yeah,
They also got 5 key pre-MTV videos here, which include "Staying Alive" by the Bee Gees, "Subterranean Homesick Blues" by Bob Dylan, "Strawberry Fields Forever" by the Beatles, "Bohemian Rhapsody" by Queen, and then one called "Rio" by Mike Nesmith.
yeah,
I mean, I don't know. It'd be weird being in a world where we didn't have music videos because they're definitely just like,
yeah,
yeah, I guess like we were saying before, adds a whole new element to the concept of music. You got a visual aid to use. You're not just like listening to it in your head. You're also seeing like a story, I guess, um, portrayed with
yeah,
the song, with the music to follow, kind of thing.
and just seeing sort of like it, a story added to it. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's always awesome to see that side.
yeah, for sure. Yeah. And then they've also got 5 definitive MTV videos. So they've got Thriller by Michael Jackson, Take on Me by
Yep,
Aha,
yep,
Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel, Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nevada, and
hmm
Baby One More Time by Britney Spears.
yeah. I'll tell you. Oh, that's actually a really good story. I think he actually got an MTV Video Music Award. Peter Gabriel for
Yeah,
that song and
wouldn't
how they
surprise
produced.
me.
Yeah, and the
Oh
production
yeah,
to it.
yeah.
He
He won.
he got
He won 9 awards apparently in
yeah
1987.
yeah. And he also I'm surprised. Thank goodness he's still. I think he's still around or not.
Yeah, I'm sure
But
he's
yeah,
still
Peter.
around. Yeah.
Yeah, he actually got like got shocked several times because I think
Oh
he was wearing
really?
like a shirt or something because when he has that night scene towards the end where he's got like sort of little lights around his like this jumper and it's like still
Ah
very
yeah.
close to the night sky. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
right.
so yeah, it's amazing that those music videos in the 80s, but of course, yeah, there was a lot of money going around, sort of
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
the greed is good period. So of course,
Agreed
funds.
is good. Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, good way to put it. Geez, I didn't realize that Thriller was 40 minutes long. Like the video, apparently. I've not just
yeah,
actually seen it in its entirety before. I think it's got like a
yeah,
little backstory beforehand as well.
mm, yeah. Imagine writing the lyrics for that. It'll be longer than a single A4 sheet. You'd have to
Well,
go
I
through
think it
some
was more he
pages.
had like a little storyboard and then he had the mute song. So it was like Thriller, but then it also had like, the kind of like, it was almost like a little movie, I guess.
Yeah, it's just a small film, and yeah, they go from it. So I always always found that very entertaining.
For sure.
But yeah, speaking of yeah, when sort of that late '80s, around that same time, there wasn't a lot of music shows here in Australia. You know, I've got NTV, but around that same time,
Yeah,
Rage came along for the ABC, and to give you a long a
long story short.
long story short, I was going to say did some research about it, so to
Oh,
good use.
nice.
But the
Yeah, nice.
ABC, it's around 1986, 1987, they were starting to lose some viewers, and
Okay.
and at the same time, yeah, but normal television, probably about 30, about 20, 30 years ago, actually probably
Yeah,
more than that, they used to actually, like, as soon as it was about 10:30, 11 o'clock,
they
yeah,
just
they just shut the program and say
yep,
good
shut
night
down,
Australia.
nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll put like they'll
Tomorrow.
put like they'll put like what they did in Channel 31, where they just had like a screen where it had like like a fish tank, or they
Ah,
just
yeah,
put
it just had
like
like, yeah, that horror.
yeah, also like put like a like a weather watch on SBS, so it's like they put something
Ah,
up and
yeah,
then
yeah.
just be like music in the background or the blank screen
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something. Um, so with the ABC, they decided to go 24 hours, and they decided to sort of create this. They decided to just put like, non-stop music videos. So
Yeah.
they put non-stop
And
music videos
Rage was
overnight.
born.
Yeah, and it's amazing.
Rage!
Yeah, it was like what to realize
Yeah.
like
Sorry.
how short the it was amazing how the title, it's still the same as it was as it started.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole layout
Well,
is
it's
still
nice
the
and
same as it was
simple.
before. Yeah,
Yeah, it
nice and
hasn't
simple.
changed.
They were
Straight
originally
to the
going to
point.
call it. They were originally supposed to call it Rage Till You Puke, but it would have been very off-putting towards most viewers, especially on a Saturday night after you've
Yeah,
had a few
yeah.
till. So
Let's get wasted till we're drunk. Woo!
yeah,
Throw up. I
it was
watched the
very basic.
rain.
Yeah, it was very basic. It was just four lowercase letters with sort of like a technicolor, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Rip, rip,
yeah,
rip, rip, rip. I always remember that bit. This is the video of the guy, and he just like going rip, 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 and they just kind of,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, it's just like this is the intro was like it's supposed to be in your face, loud, and
Yeah. It was pretty
you
in
know,
your face.
yeah, it's supposed to
Definitely,
wake you up. And
definitely wake you up, I think, if you like just nodded off. Oh, okay, yeah, there's something
yeah,
on there.
yeah.
I wonder
Funny
what
part
this
is,
show is all about.
funny part is that people actually were surprisingly stayed up or got home after a night out and actually did watch it.
Yeah,
It was like it's so cool, to think that
sure.
for more than 3 decades it's still around. They
Yeah, for sure.
um, yeah. Another thing what kept going was that they didn't have like a regular host like talking about a
Yeah.
song,
Ah, yeah.
and they it was actually like kept relatively cheap, so that's why they're still
Yeah, for
going.
sure.
At the same time, they decided to have a guest programmer, so sometimes they'll have like a
Yeah,
celebrity, like
famous
Alice
musician or
Cooper,
something.
yeah,
Yeah,
like Alice Cooper, or Axl Rose, and they would
yeah.
have that like hour in the morning, and then they'd come back, and then they'd come back
You're listening
later.
to Rage.
Oh, it's just so good, like, and just if you if anyone who's listening or watching at the moment, if you get a chance to go click on YouTube, there'll be tons of top 50 countdowns from
Rage,
the
yeah.
90s to 2000s, and it's a gold mine. It's an absolute gold mine of hits and singles. So yeah, if
Yeah,
you want to
definitely.
relive it, it's on there. So, but yeah, what I found also what I loved about it is that they've kept going, and it's sort of become sort of the brainchild of Australian music shows, and then from then on, it's you Channel 10 had video hits, and
Yeah.
Channel 7 had a few different versions. Then Channel 9 had like So Fresh, and which
Yeah,
that
good
friend,
old classic.
yeah, So Fresh actually became branched out to compilation CDs, which I
Oh,
like.
okay.
So yeah, which
Yeah,
funnily enough,
right.
I've still got them, but yeah, just you never know, might bring up some value. So
Yeah, for sure. I never realized that. I presumed they were like a compilation, but I didn't realize they like came out
yeah,
as a show. Yeah, right.
yeah, yeah. Did a
That's
show
cool.
actually Saturday mornings. Don't know why it was always Saturday mornings for those type of music
Yeah,
shows
you
to
get
be
up
on.
and
Yeah,
you wouldn't have school, so you could sit in and. Because I remember I always used to do that when I was younger. When the Loop was on, I always used to get up every Saturday morning and
yeah,
watch Loop for a couple hours. That was kind of like my
mm,
go-to. My latest
yeah,
fix of the latest music that was
mm,
coming out was that was kind of, I guess, prior to when I used to listen to radio, I guess. And now that obviously I could drive, I could obviously go around and listen
yeah,
to like Old 104 or whatever
yeah,
while I'm driving and listen to music that way. So
yeah. I always found Rage is like when I was Saturday morning, just flick it on, it would be like a top 50, and it was just like be like non-stop. They would show the music video like
yeah,
like in its entirety. So that's
for
what I always
sure.
loved
Yeah,
about it.
true. Yeah, it's
So
always
yeah,
good as well, I suppose, where you can watch the whole thing, just not like a snippet or I don't know if they had like a
it's
radio
just
edit equivalent of
yeah.
or
Can
the,
never can never understand radio edits like so like
I think it's
the
because
positive.
they want to have that short segment because they want to keep listeners engaged. So they're like, we don't want to have like a 10-minute song like they used to do in the old days because we'll
Yeah,
lose people. So we got to have one quick
mm,
succession song after the other to keep people engaged and
yeah,
interested. I think that's always kind of been, I
yeah.
guess, radio's way of yeah, just like keeping their viewers in
Or
check, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah. I think that's the reason why also with one radio, it's like sometimes there are certain songs I do hear or listen to, and then sometimes
Yeah,
I can hear like slight snips that might cut like 10, 15 seconds out of a bridge, and then they'll sort of
yeah.
say,
Wasn't there in there before?
yeah, yeah. I noticed that while I was listening to "Don't Look Back in Anger" by Oasis. There's a bit of the chorus that actually do cut a little bit out, but I
Oh,
guess that's
okay,
their
yeah.
choice.
Interesting, yeah. I
So
mean,
yeah,
like I always think when like they do TV shows, you always only hear like a short segment of the song, but then
yeah,
actually go to and then listen to the whole song in its
mm,
entirety, and it's like, oh, there's actually more to this song. It's not just a 30-second snippet kind of thing.
yeah, definitely. But
Because I know, like with I guess the Big Bang Theory theme song, it goes on for a little while, but obviously,
mm,
they only show like the first 30 seconds of it. But there's
yeah,
actually more to the song than I think a lot of people realize. They presume it's just 5, 15 seconds of like, oh, okay,
yeah.
it's an
It's like,
actual song.
yeah, it's a full song. Yeah, so look with some TV themes out there. That'll be for another. That's another time. I
Well, yeah,
reckon.
I'm definitely keen to do another one for that at some point. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, was there anything else you wanted to say before I moved on?
I was gonna. Yeah. To be honest, I'm not too sure, but I always found that you're a long time Rage uh viewer when
Oh yeah.
there would be that ending where it was it's like the screen would like widen out, and then you had like people saying
Ah,
rage,
okay,
rage,
yeah.
rage, 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 and it's like so it has like Y goes what
Oh,
stretches
that's
out,
right.
and
Yeah, it stretches
yeah,
out. Yeah, I
yeah.
remember that. Yeah,
I whenever I watch that on a Saturday morning, or when I used to, but whenever I used to watch that on the Saturday morning, I thought to myself, right, so I'm back to reality, because it's like, oh, all right, time to get back to because
yeah,
sometimes it was, rage to me. Something in the morning was like a bit of a sort of a get away from reality. I can just watch
sure, yeah, just
music videos and
chill and listen to music.
yeah,
Always good.
yeah. I think it was awesome. Yeah, it was. But one thing that annoys me a bit lately is just like too many independent videos. But in a way, that's actually a good thing, because it actually gives them the spotlight on
Yeah, you mean
a
like
music show. So
independent artists, yeah.
yeah, independent artists trying to get their foot in
Yeah.
the industry, which unfortunately is actually quite difficult because of
Yeah,
COVID.
well,
But
I think I feel like even nowadays, though, with the music industry, it's a lot better than, maybe like 30 odd years ago. You'd have to,
yeah,
the chance of someone trying to make a music video by themselves would be very unheard of. But nowadays, obviously, you've got access to cameras and good quality, like material that
yeah,
obviously a lot of record companies use for cheap. So it's obviously a lot easier to
yeah,
like become an independent artist in that regard.
a lot of videography. So now I could whip up something in just a few hours. So
Exactly, yeah.
hmm.
Would have done that a while ago, but I think
Yeah,
the another cool thing about Rage as well is like the idea that a lot when you had the guest artists, you'd be listening to a lot of their favorite songs, so you get to
hmm.
learn like
Yeah,
what does Alice Cooper listen to, when he's not
yeah,
making songs like Poison or School's Out, or what music
yeah,
does like Clash from Guns N' Roses listen to,
hmm.
and I think from what I remember, I think Clash does have like a soft spot for like pop music as well, which you'd think is weird because he's such a like rock
Yeah.
and roll guy. You think, why
You're
would you
right.
like
Yeah,
listen to like pop or something? But I'm pretty sure he has a soft spot for pop, so it's interesting to know
yeah,
what like artists listen to in that
yeah.
regard.
It's always funny what their playlist is on. And he's always on his own, or so.
Yeah, and probably also a lot of songs that inspired them as well. I think from like artists that they admire.
Hmm.
Yeah, we can kind of, I guess, tell where they get their roots from in that sense, which
Yeah,
is always cool.
and always what they like outside of what they do and perform. So
Yeah, exactly. Kind of, it's almost like an intimate session with, like your favorite musician.
yeah,
Find out what they listen to in their free time,
hmm.
which is always cool. Another good show I think we should talk about is Spicks and Specks.
Yeah, Speaks and Specs.
Yeah,
That was great. What that was frustrating, but when I got the chance to, it was really really clever.
yeah. I still watch it to this day. Like they still air it on TV at like on ABC and like seven. Like most of the time, they have two episodes where just to kind
Hmm.
of fill up that like 6:30 to 7:30 slot I can get in. So
Yeah,
I've like always enjoyed it ever since. I guess I'm not sure when I found out about Spicks and Specks, but I think ever since I came to Australia, that's always kind of been the favourite for
yeah,
me because not only is it like a good kind of fun show, but you also learn, like music trivia because I'm like a nut for music trivia. So any excuse to
yeah,
learn, little factoids about your favourite artists and things is always a
hmm.
good excuse. And Adam Hills and um,
Yeah. Before
Biff
Hurst.
and Before Hurst and what's the other guy called? I should know. It's like
Yeah, I'm
eluding
trying.
me, but anyway, yeah, but the other guy, I'm
Yeah, I'm
sure.
trying to remember too.
I can't believe I forgot. But yeah, like those guys were always very like Alan, Alan
Bro-
something, Alan, I don't know, Alan
Brock.
something. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. But yeah, those guys are always like really good, and especially when you get like the celebrities to come. And I know they have like Weird Al Yankovic on one episode, and
Oh, that would have
they
been good
even
fun. He
yeah,
would be
yeah.
short on ideas.
Oh no, like that guy's like
Mm.
proper class, yeah. And I think because I'm pretty sure Spicks and Specks was actually based on like a British TV show, but I remember there was one episode where they had one of the guys who was basically responsible for that show, which they obviously got the influence to make Spicks and Specks from. So I guess
Yeah.
it's a good thing that if they were inspired by that show, or we might have not had Spicks and Specks as we know today. So
Yeah. Yeah.
and
It's a,
especially now that they've revived it as well, because I think they've started doing it again as well, which is kind of cool. Because obviously it's like a 20-year old show or something now, because it was like made in the early 2000s. Yeah.
yeah.
If I ever get on
So,
Specs, that'll be my dream.
yes. I think it's one of those shows where you just would love to make it, where you'd love to,
And make an
at least,
appearance, yeah.
make an appearance. Yeah.
Even if you're just like one of those people that did like that round where they play like the music and then you got to guess what song. That's
Mm.
always cool because they always have like these really obscure people come, like all these like weird groups. They have like there's like one group I remember I watched the other day. It had like this German group, and then there was like this guy with this weird like pole thing that he was using to play music, and they just have like all
Yeah.
these weird and wacky musicians and groups that you've kind of never heard of
Yeah.
before. So, which is probably good for them because they get a bit of spotlight. But it's kind of fun, just I guess seeing how they interpret different songs with their
Yeah.
instrument or their group, if they're like a choir or something, or a family, like music bands. That's what's cool. I think. Appreciate that. And then I think also you got Rock Wizards, probably another favorite of mine.
Yes. Yeah, I love
But,
rock quiz. Like, I think it's quite underrated. Underrated.
yeah, I get it a bit. Yeah, I mean, is it Julia Zamiro? Oh, she's so good. Like as the host, she's
Yeah.
just got like that. She's just got that. What's it like? The stage performance personality that you could just, you just
Yeah.
yeah. She's just really good at that. And I remember she's like I remember they did a celebration episode, and
Mm-hmm.
they had her and a bunch of other artists singing "Love is in the Air," and she started off singing in like French, I think, because obviously she speaks French.
Yeah.
And then they had
She was
another
actually,
artist come on and spoke Italian, and it was kind of fun that they did that. What were
yeah, I
you gonna say?
remember, I was going to say, I remember, she's actually born in France. So,
Ah, okay, so that's why.
Jules
Yeah,
Maris, though. So that's
that makes a lot
why,
of sense.
yeah. Yeah, that years ago, actually. She was on Triple M for as an interview. So,
Okay, yeah, right. Interesting. Yeah.
mm,
So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that show is kind of what probably made a name for herself, at least anyway, with doing it.
yeah. Yes.
It's always funny as well when you have like those little tangents that the artists do as well. It's like, each of the, because they have like the two special guest musicians, and then they'll each have a topic or something that they just get to talk about during the round. I remember, and then obviously at the end they get the two artists together and they do like a cover of a song, and they usually perform their own individual song when they first come on as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that like a lot of the covers they do I really like. They're like really cool, some of the covers they do, especially I think it's Dancing in the Dark and I'm on Fire by Bruce Springsteen. They've got some really good, like a good cover version of those songs, and a bunch of others as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most of the guys on there are really talented anyway.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, sort of. Yeah, I always found it was quite cool. I think there was also one that's like a challenge where they had to like sing a song, but they had to like read a transcript from a book. Was that?
okay. Oh, you mean Spicks and Specks?
Yeah, from Six. Yeah,
Yeah,
Six and Six.
yeah, yeah. That's the one. Yeah, they had a book, and then they had to sing the song, but like reading the book, and obviously trying to do
Yeah,
the tempo based on how they were saying the words. Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
Actually,
sorry.
when I when I interviewed Brian the other day, we actually
Yeah,
did we played that game at the end of the podcast, but I
yeah,
didn't do very well. But Brian did pretty well.
yeah. So I did. Yeah, so I forgot to. Yeah, so I didn't mean to
That's all
progress
good.
there, but yeah, it's just
Yeah,
yeah, that. So yeah, it was yeah, and I thought, oh, hang on, that's sort of
Sticks and Specks was really good for that because they had lots of obviously different rounds where they did weird and kind of wacky. Like they had the drawing round where they had to draw the thing, and then they had like the one with the names, and they had to put all the names right, and
yeah,
then there was even one where like two of them would sing at the same time, and they'd have to be guessing what the their teammate was singing while also listening to what the other team was going. So yeah, that's a pretty good games on that show, I think. Which I think is
mm,
probably one of the reasons which makes it quite unique and so loved by many Australians.
yeah, yeah. It's
I don't
just
think if there's any other shows.
yeah,
I mean,
oh,
there was one in the UK I remember called Never Mind the Buzzcocks, which
yeah,
is obviously like Spicks and Specks. It was named after a song, which is Never Mind the Buzzcocks by unless that's the name of the band. I think there's a band called Buzzcocks. But
mm,
I guess that was kind of similar to Spicks and Specks, but they didn't really have like the games per se, but they always had like celebrity guests on. And I always
yeah,
quite enjoyed that one. And they usually had
yeah,
like a guest host as well, so each week they'd have like a different comedian or like famous
mm,
person doing the. And I think there was a bit of controversy in a few episodes with a few celebrities. So I think it kind of cemented itself in British TV world because of that.
yeah. Remember also, wasn't there also? Oh, trying to remember. Wasn't there another show? I think in the UK. Wasn't there also Top of the Pops?
Ah, Top of the Pops, yeah, of course, yeah. How
Yeah,
could I forget Top of the Pops? Yeah, I guess that was kind of like it's kind of like the countdown of the UK.
oh,
So obviously you'd have artists come and perform, and it's kind of like
yeah.
top 10 kind of thing. So
Mm,
I don't know if they ever did interviews on Top of the Pops because I know obviously in Countdown Belgium would usually interview a lot of the artists, but
yeah,
yeah, I'm not too sure about that. But obviously, yeah, Top of the Pops was pretty big. I remember back in the day. I can't remember when it stopped, but I think I
mm,
was kind of lucky enough to see it when I was very young before they eventually called quits
yeah,
on it. But yeah,
yeah,
I think a lot of artists, got a lot of fame through appearing on that, like Oasis and stuff. So
yeah.
definitely pretty significant show, I reckon, for back in the day.
Yeah.
If you wanted to be anyone, it was kind of like one of those shows you had to be on, kind of
Mm,
thing. I guess same with Countdown as well.
yeah. I think we had a couple of sort of similar shows. Like sort of we had live performances in the studio. One
Yeah.
of them was there was one was like a Pepsi music hit show. It
Okay.
would be on a Saturday night, and
Yeah.
you had
Right. Okay.
performances, and yeah, you had
Interesting.
also there was or trying to trying to see get into the archives, but remember there
Yeah.
was also it was probably a bit too sort of
Before our
uh,
time.
yeah, I wouldn't say before our time, but before our sort of like our viewing our viewing time because we were being very young
Yeah.
back then. But there was a
Sure,
show
sure.
called Recovery. It was on a Saturday morning. They were doing
Yeah.
performances. And it was after
Yeah,
Rage.
right,
And
okay.
yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Okay.
Yeah, I might have to find some links and I'll probably or links or some music performances that they do.
Yeah.
So that was fun, entertaining.
I was
Having
just, yeah, for sure. I was just thinking back to that Never Mind the Buzzcut show. There was one game they did where they used to get in celebrities from lesser known bands, and then they'd have like 5 people standing up in a row, and then the team would have to guess which one was like the old rock star, which was always quite funny to watch because you'd have like these different random sort of people, and you'd have to guess which was the actual celebrity from the band kind of thing. So that was always fun to watch.
Yeah,
Especially when like the panelists would come over, they kind of be looking at all the different people and trying to work out, who was who.
Yeah.
That's always good fun.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah,
carry on.
But yeah, it's just a shame that nowadays, with music on TV, that nowadays it's this is becoming
Pretty rare.
pretty rare because
Yeah.
just now it's your YouTube. That's all, as I said before.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's very hard. I know they have one on ABC at the moment called The Set, which is basically, they just have like 2 artists, I think, that perform, and then they usually have a little chat with them afterwards. And then I think at the end they usually do like a collab together.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
I haven't watched many of the episodes, but there was one I remember I watched that had Paul Kelly in, and this I think it was like an Aboriginal artist who was doing this song that was talking about like black rights and stuff, and it was quite intense to listen to. But it's definitely kind of I guess a good platform to kind of show your art in that sense, in terms of your music.
Yeah, always fun. Yeah, always fun. That, it's still pop. You should, to see performances like that, especially you can't say if Paul Kelly was performing, you can't say no to it. He's.
I know. Yeah. If I was,
icons.
I'd love to play with Paul Kelly, but I know. If that dream will ever become a reality, we'll see how we go. Even just to meet him would be pretty cool because he's such an icon of Australian music.
Mm. Yeah,
there's so many songs up his sleeve as well, and so many like significant ones as well. Like I feel like From Little Things, Big Things Grow is it's got a significant backstory to it about, I guess, Aboriginal rights and stuff. So he knows how to tell a story. I'll give him that.
Yeah, I always like to think that to me, Paul Kelly is not just a singer-songwriter; he's actually a storyteller.
Yeah, well, I always think the best musicians are the ones that can tell a story.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a good song to kind of just talk about how cool Melbourne is Leaps and Bounds, because how he talks about looking out to the MCG and everything. Yeah, to the MCG.
I always love that one. And what's another good song they did? The journey from St Kilda to King's Cross.
Yeah.
Oh, that's always beautiful. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I probably find it's probably one of his more underrated songs. So
yeah, for sure. It's not very often you get artists kind of talking about a town or a suburb or something like that. I think Paul's pretty unique in that sense.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
Oh no, I wasn't going to say anything. What were you going to say?
I was going to say it's it's just I think it's still incredible to think that despite what we're currently going through with COVID, still we're seeing perform sort of performances
Yeah.
via virtual. So
Well, I mean, it's basically the only way they could do it, I guess. But at least they've got that opportunity to do it because obviously, I feel the arts in general, but I think musicians as well, is obviously very heavy hit because obviously usually they'd be out on stage with millions of fans, but we can't do that at the moment, so they're forced to do these more kind of intimate sessions, I guess, online and things, which is, I mean, at least they've got that rather than nothing at all. So
especially trying to raise awareness for certain topics. So that's
for sure, yeah, always a good
one
platform for that.
Best part. I reckon also better is that able to to do it without not a lot on in terms of I'm trying to think. There's a lot not processing, but so it costs a lot to produce. Producer. I think that's also why
for sure, yeah.
So,
I feel like we should probably. Well, I feel like we can't not talk about Countdown. I mean, we did briefly mention it before, but obviously, I feel like Countdown, Molly Meldrum, man, what a combination, eh? That guy.
I was like, I don't know why, but whenever whenever I think of actually two moments,
I mean, he did have some pretty famous interviews from memory.
Well, there were two interviews that I loved from that remind me of Countdown. One of them was with Prince Charles, and I think
I was gonna say that. Yeah, the Prince Charles one. Yeah,
wasn't he swearing or was
something like that? It was very out of character for him. The kind of expect of Prince Philip, but not Prince Charles, because he had
he's just
Prince Philip was known for his raunchy and inappropriate humor, but you would expect that from Prince Charles usually.
He's like there, just quiet, just going, "Oh, is this transponder on or something like that?" And he's
that's right, making sure he looks good. Gotta look good in the eyes of the public.
And this is one worth watching online if you get the chance. Iggy Pop. On Countdown. Wow, him in those gold trousers, no shirt on, basically off his face on whatever he was on. He's just like
classic
playing games. He's definitely.
I mean, what else would you expect of a famous rock star, right?
Especially when you called one of the biggest music men in Australia at the time, Iggy Pop saying to Molly, "Hiya, dog face."
Oh no,
it's just like it's like
I'm sure Meldrum took it all in his stride. I'm sure he's used to that kind of thing.
My glass of warm milk and he'll be off to sleep.
He'll be fine.
It's just like he's just playing around. It's just he's just like it's like a jackrabbit, or it's like one of those Jack in the Boxes. Just jittery.
I feel like I gotta go and watch like all his interviews now because I feel like I'm not sure how many I've seen, but I'm sure there's some pretty good ones out there. I think he did one with Elton John as well from memory.
Speaking of watching stuff, I'll definitely go through the Rage top 50s because I reckon by about early to mid 2000s the quality kind of just dropped off a bit, but I don't know. But that's just what
I mean, they're still going today. That must mean something, right?
Yeah, I was looking through the other day, and it was like you're looking through and you just think, wow, the amount of money and the extravagance of these music videos, it's more than just a
I
bunch of
know, yeah.
band
I
members
think the
walking around
record,
singing.
yeah, the record, I think companies just throw billions of dollars at these things because I think they're just such a
Mm.
important part of the kind of, I guess, artist persona in a way, and how they're
Yeah,
conveying the music that they want to kind of make it look as flashy or as up to date as possible. But I know there's a
mm.
band called The Chats, who are an Australian band, and
Yes,
they did. I think it was. I can't remember the song. It might have been like Smoko or something.
yep. I'm
But
on Smoko, so leave me alone. Yep.
I
Yeah,
remember there was like an interview I was reading or something, and they asked the lead singer how much they spent on the video, and he said it was
yep.
like $5 on the sausage roll or something, and that was it. It's like the
Yes.
best music video ever made or something. Because I think they're just
Uh,
like at a work site, just going, "I'm Smoko, so leave me alone." I'm on
like,
Smoko.
I'm
So
on
it's like
Smoko.
pretty like nice and
Yeah,
simple, classic Aussie style kind of
yeah,
thing. So
yeah. Yeah, I don't,
also a
yeah,
great, definitely worth checking out.
yeah, don't mind
I mean,
that
I've
sort of,
only heard a few of their songs.
yeah, I don't mind that
I
sort of
think,
low
yeah,
budget type
raunchiness.
of, yeah,
I mean, I
I
think
don't
my
mind.
favorite has to be what's the one about pub feed? All I want, all I crave, all I need is a good pub feed.
All those ones, there's a couple of songs, yeah, I don't know why there's a lot of sort of low budget music, Aussie,
Yeah, I mean, Aussies are probably the least likely to have expensive. I mean, nowadays they probably could get away with it, but back in the day, I feel like they were pretty. I mean, like a lot of places, I guess, but probably Australia especially had very low budget. We
mm,
weren't really very big in the music industry back then, but nowadays everyone knows Guy Sebastian, and
mm,
I can't think of any upcoming Australian artists at the moment. But yeah, there's
yeah,
so
yeah,
many
so many,
popular
but
ones now.
yeah, but at least we've got quality, sort of
Quality
artists.
over quantity, right?
Yeah. At least we've got sort of quality art artists. They're being exported to
Yeah,
talent's being exported to the world, so
the West, yeah,
dominating. So,
exactly,
so
yeah. Well, I think we've got some pretty good artists up our sleeve, considering.
yeah, definitely shortened it. So,
Might not be America, but we're still pretty good.
mm. I think actually, speak. But I just always but nowadays you got to just go on YouTube and just find it, rather than you know
Yeah,
staying up on Rage and wait
yeah,
to see when your videos are on
exactly,
because
yeah. I think there was something special about that, I reckon. I mean, even
yeah,
just like watching The Loop when I was younger, I think there was something just special about rather than just like, oh, I'll go on YouTube and find out, what the best top 10 songs at the moment are and listen to the video.
yeah,
I'll make the effort to get up at, 9 o'clock or something on a Saturday and find out, what the latest music
yeah,
videos and trends are. I think there's something
mm,
pretty special about that, at least. I felt
yeah,
that when I was younger.
like
Which yeah, it
like
obviously isn't kind of the same now, but
mm. I think what I
the
love
way it is, I
also is
guess.
yeah. Sorry, I was going to say, like what I loved about it is like you got to wait and anticipate. It's like, wait, it's on now.
Yeah,
So everyone comes to the room, especially if you're upcoming band.
yeah.
You're on the
We're on
you're
we're on Rage. We're
yeah
on the Loop. Woo!
it's like you're basically in the same your music videos in the same uh on the same episode as like a Britney
Yeah,
Spears
exactly.
or
Yeah,
a
the
trying to remember
next in
all
the
the
lineup.
Who and all that. So it's always
True.
exciting to see that happen.
Yeah. I think Rage is pretty good for that as well because you probably get a lot more. like all round artists. Whereas I feel like maybe shows like The Loop, you're only gonna get like the latest music. Whereas Rage, you'll get stuff from like the '60s, the '70s, the '90s up to date. Like it's very broad, I guess, which is
Yeah,
nice.
the ability to go back to the files and get back
Yeah.
to
Bring out the old school
mm,
records or music videos, I should say.
yeah,
For
looking at
sure.
so how time has come because you used to always have music, the old music videos where it's basically square, it wasn't widescreen, so you had the screen
The
to
little
pretty much
square that you'd be staring
a
at,
little
yeah.
square, and it would always
Not
be
your gigantic one that you got there.
yeah. But at least it's been digitally remastered, so that's most important
True,
part.
yeah. That's what you need, right? You want pristine quality.
Yeah, those things to 4K TVs, but it's bad.
Yeah,
But yeah, so most of the time, music is for your for your ears, not for your eyes. So,
exactly, yeah. But I guess that's the whole, like, what MTV and a lot of other shows brought to the table.
mhm.
They got a thing here as well that talks about the most VMAs won by artists. So apparently Beyonce's got 25, Madonna's got 20, Lady Gaga's got
Yeah.
18, Peter Gabriel's got 13, Eminem's got 13, REM's got 12, Justin Bieber's got 11, Green Day's got 11, Taylor Swift's got 11, Aerosmith's got 10, Fatboy Slim's got 9, which kind of makes sense because he's pretty well known for his videos. Ariana Grande's got 9, Janet Jackson, Aha's got 8, Michael Jackson's got 8, Kendrick Lamar's got 8, and Red Hot Chili Peppers have
Mhm.
8. Never really
Especially
thought of Red Hot Chili Peppers being the kind of band who's, I guess they're kind of well known for their music videos. I mean, I think we were talking in the other episode about that one video where they all have like the different eras where they got the different clothing on.
yeah, Danny California.
Yeah.
Oh, that's still one of the best, but yeah, I haven't seen it. Haven't seen it for a while because of all his uh, a lot of the
Yeah,
older stuff.
true, yeah. There's not really anywhere to watch it, I guess, apart from YouTube.
Yeah,
Now, anyway.
so
Yeah,
I think that's pretty much what were we
yeah,
gonna
I'm
say?
pretty much run out of ideas on there.
Yeah, I'm pretty much gonna go back to reliving rage and just going back to
Yeah,
like camp. Just so
back to
it's
high school.
yeah,
High school never ends, as Bowling
yes,
Pursuit used to say.
oh, it's about it's just yeah, incredible. Music on television has been more than 40,
Yeah,
50,
pretty
50 years.
revolutionary, I think. Yeah. Wow, yeah, that's crazy, I think. 'Cause if it was 81, yeah, it's been 50 years,
MTV,
geez.
87 Rage,
Yeah.
around that same early 90s was video hits. So
Yeah,
yeah,
wow,
but
yeah, it's been a while.
yeah, but
I
yeah,
mean, I think
thank
you've also got those channels on like Foxtel, I think, haven't you, that do like
yeah,
a lot of that stuff? Yeah.
Channel V. I think it's no
Oh
longer
yeah, of
around. You got
course,
Max
the
and
Max, yeah,
those were
yeah.
those were really good as well. I didn't have Foxtel uh, back
Yeah,
then,
me
but
neither.
yeah, it always got it's those channels that sometimes you'd be in a restaurant or something, and it would be on, and suddenly
They'd have it,
something
yeah.
pops up, and
Especially
it's
like bowling alleys, I find they always have like the music
yeah,
videos playing, and then you can obviously, choose which one
yeah,
you want the show, which was always cool.
yeah. That's
Yes.
that was
I
always
think the
good.
one near us is closed down now, but
Yeah,
or the
yeah.
one that
Unfortunately, yeah,
we used to go to anyway.
Yeah, the one up in Knox. There is one actually
Yeah.
still in operation in Baronia, so
Oh yeah,
might be nice to
true.
go there.
Yeah.
We'll go there for
I
another
think I
time.
think there's one. I think there's one at the Fanning Gate as well near there that I took
Yeah.
someone there before. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, it's all right. I think.
Good old days.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's all right. All
Well,
right.
I mean, I feel like we could probably call it here unless you want to have anything else to add.
No, I think it's just really do. So I think those memories of those music shows. Yeah, it's still
Yeah,
with us, but I think what's in modern
you can always
technology
look
and
back on
the
them.
way we view on it. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think
It's changed a bit
life,
now, so
that's
just
life.
got to
But yeah,
embrace the new and
yeah,
whatever.
great.
I don't know what the saying is. I've lost, but yeah, embrace the new.
Yeah,
Something about the old.
yeah, yeah, but at least we've got the memories of
Yeah, that's all that
we can
matters,
still
right? The
talk about
memories.
it. So
Yeah, yeah.
there's nothing wrong about talking about
Well,
the past.
yeah.
So
If we didn't have those memories, we'd have nothing to chat about in this podcast. So,
that's why that's why we're on it tonight. So
yeah, gotta bring back those memories.
yeah,
Cool.
but
Well, thank you for being here.
that's all right.
Yes,
Thank you very much, George.
there is. Thank another episode under our belt. Woo! Yeah, so
Yep,
thanks for listening and tune into next time. See you guys.
that's all right. Stay up.
Thanks
It's
for
all right.
coming. Bye.
No worries, George.